Okay, good evening everyone. So, we have a brand new game since the Universim is now in the official beta. For all that matters when we're playing the experimental branch anyway. But, given everything that's going on at the moment, we can create our own little society here and work around the social distancing a little bit. Why does this planet look terrible? Anywhere that just has everything. Here's probably about the best. Somewhere. Like... yeah, maybe around here. Okay.
Take a look at your new subjects.
Let's start kicking off
I see
some research.
How that can be useful.
And before too much longer, new nuggets should be able to appear. So anyone who wants to get involved, feel free to drop the create nugget command in, and it will queue your avatar up. Let's speed up time as well, just to get there a little bit faster. I know how to play the game. Let's get all the tips to go away. And while we wait for our first two nuggets to start building a house, we can collect some of these. Really tempting actually to just start opening them all now while there's only two nuggets and see if we can kickstart the population a little bit. I'm just a little bit wary of when they explode and kill everyone or anything like that. Okay. Hey, Seth! You are always welcome here. But, yeah, I thought I'd... it's the hash create nugget. Which should hopefully... This was working earlier. Has it decided it's not working now? It should be working. When you get that feeling when you test something and then it stops working. Oh, okay, I pressed connect and it disconnected. There we go. That's better. You should get a... Let me try it as well quickly and see. Because weirdly, I can create my own avatar for some reason. Oi, you two, why are you not doing something useful with that?
Oh, we're doing this again, are we?
Yeah, come on, build it. Hey, there we go. It's started to actually pick up the commands now. Apparently, while I was waiting for the stream to go live, it did something a bit weird and semi-disconnected itself. So, the way this works is you can have one avatar alive at a time. Then there's a whole bunch of commands that can happen. And then it just means that you can create a new avatar if your one dies. But then what will happen is as long as you have an avatar who's alive, you'll get action points. So let's quickly have a look at what I've actually set this to. So it's you get 30 points per minute. And then the commands all cost a certain amount of points. I might need to fiddle around with those at some point tonight, but we'll see how it goes. Great. This is going to be problematic if we end up with no nuggets now.
This is quite a beautiful planet. Try not to ruin it.
I was
will you?
just trying to make them stop researching the boxes long enough to build their house. At least we haven't gone very far yet. I can always start a fresh one. Fine. Let's try that again, but this time without killing all of the nuggets immediately. Yeah, so typically I found that the early boxes you get can tend to contain nuggets rather than anything else. But I don't know how to make them... Actually, I guess in retrospect I could probably have picked up the thing and moved it outside the range. That would have been an answer. But apparently I didn't think of that one.
Wake up. Wake.
Okay. Let's get back into this real quick. That looks like a reasonable place.
That'll come in handy.
And make sure that... Yeah, okay, it's died again. Failed to connect. There we go. Okay. This time, let's at least get the population building first. Sorry about that brief false start. Where are they going to try and build? And then we can give them a hand. Over here, by the looks of it.
So, you've uprooted a tree.
Well spotted.
Now what?
Oh, now we don't have enough energy to... Well, what are you still doing? How much space do you need to build a house?
At this rate, your civilization will be heading to the stars ahead of schedule, Creator. Let's hope it survives long enough.
Don't worry, the one thing I am aware of is that the
That message
first family is always going to have twins.
I didn't think you knew anything about reproduction, Creator.
So,
Love is
there
in
we go.
the air. Nuggets are all unique to one another. Although there are some things that are shared between nuggets, these include the need for certain essentials like food and water.
So once this one's done carting
Roof
his
over
wood
their
around,
heads,
hew,
and
hew,
an
hew.
occasional nap.
Um,
They want to learn, build, discover, and create. It would all be quite inspirational if they also didn't happen to be the species that initially thought their shadows were trying to eat them.
it's a fun fact, apparently, nugget shadows try to eat them. Aha. And now I've worked out who you are, Virtual Morpher.
Would you look at that? A little baby nugget. Aren't they adorable when they're young? Don't get too attached, though. They're still mortal after all. Plus, they will soon be old enough to have an opinion and make questionable life decisions.
Yeah.
Let's see how much you like them then.
So there's a bunch of symbols that you can give.
Beautiful planet. Try not to ruin it, will you?
You can also have a diamond, a ghost, a pizza, or a heart. I mean, maybe not officially, but you basically do that all the time, don't you? How old is your nugget? So you're halfway to being an adult. To be fair, it doesn't actually take that long to grow up, but it does at least make you wait that long. Let's also get an archive so that we can start saving the game. And we probably want a well, because otherwise you're both going to die of thirst. And that would not be ideal. Okay, that engineers will reach far enough. This is going to be arson adventures all over again. That's right, we'll research the town hall really quickly, and then Seth can actually be in charge of everything. There you go, now you are adults and you can do stuff. Uh-huh.
Maybe try something a little smaller.
I wanted telekinesis, actually.
Have you read the instructions properly?
That's the well. That's the engineers. That's the other well. Where are you building your house? Here? Yes. Yeah. Let me do something about that.
I hope you've been working on your beach body. You're not going to spend another summer just lazing around, are you?
How do I delete messages from the mobile interface? Yeah, okay, fine. Let's... Boom. Okay. So, where did the fires begin?
Life as we know it will forever be changed.
Reservoirs. That's what we wanted. Ah, there's the fires. Wait, you're burning down your parents' house. Oh well, at least it seems to have started raining. I don't have the god powers
All
yet.
your buildings are falling down, falling down. All your buildings are falling down, my fair creator.
Yep. House be dead. Yeah, 300 seems like we don't have any way of dealing with fires yet.
Oh, we're doing this again, are we?
Oh. You see, that's what happens when you start fires. Is everyone... Oh, okay. That just killed everybody, basically. Okay.
You won't get much done without creator points.
So now we're in trouble. We actually... If I can find a box that contains nuggets on the first try... I'm not sure why it actually let you do that, because we didn't have a well yet.
Can someone please get that nugget a fresh pair of underwear?
So, by sheer luck, we've managed to get some nuggets back. Also, if you want to vote for who the leader is, any of these tags will register a vote. If you want to know what they do, Food for All makes food consumption go up, but also happiness. Elderly assisted living allows elders to mate. And water filtration increases water refill rates, but wells will decay faster. Yeah, so this number is your relative APs. Ah, good point, obscured by chat. Let's see if I can fix this. Ding! And that's also not going to be a great place overall. Let's... Ooh. Ooh. No, I think you voted.
Is this what counts as research nowadays? Someone just scooped up some mud and decided to paint the first thing that came into their head.
Okay, let's put the chat there.
It isn't the worst idea.
Yeah, that residential and buildings collapsed message can go away. those messages are more useful for me than anything else, really. Since you'll both find out if anything happens. Or at least anything to your nuggets. Yeah, so we need to get somebody to build a residential and then get married. Let's just... Okay, we do actually have a mixture of... Yeah. Yeah, otherwise you could use that to, like, just farm AP, basically.
The trees must be undergoing significant stress.
Which would be a bit unfair.
It started to go bald.
Yeah, unfortunately you can't specify nugget genders, which is a little bit annoying.
This water pump system is rather advanced for such a young civilization. I mean, sure, it's built out of rocks, wood, and a
Oh,
bit of
can you
stone,
now?
But impressive nonetheless.
Sorry, I said that assuming it hasn't changed. It might well have done. That would be funky. Let me have a quick look on here and see. Okay. Cool. If they've added that, then that's pretty awesome, because you certainly never used to be able to. I should read the messages that the automated thing puts in the chat. Ooh, yeah, let's not start scrolling, because that scrolls regardless of which window I'm in. Cool. So now we're also working towards the town hall. And once we've got a town hall, we can assign someone to manage everything.
It's concerning that no one inspects the boats, but I guess they'll have to cross that bridge when it sinks.
Resource management? Yeah. Oh, of course, now they're building the temple because there's enough nuggets.
You look a little confused. Don't worry, I expected as much. I know you have questions.
You can't tell I'm confused.
Time, on your own, without bothering me.
Oh, here goes. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. If you really want to do that, Miro, then what you should probably do is wait till we get storage areas, and then you can steal out of the warehouse. Although we are probably going to need a reservoir soon. Build it! Because otherwise everyone's going to run out of water. I still don't have access to everything I want. Curses. I'm just barely on the positive side. Also, now I can sacrifice nuggets who do bad things.
Unlike other water sources, wells do not contain dangerous bacteria and parasites. Your nuggets will surely appreciate having a stable stomach for a change. I just read that latest message. It's a real hoot. Oh, wait. Maybe they could actually use some help.
Okay. So if this actually gets built before the lakes freeze, we will have some water. Then we can think about building residentials and the like. That looks like a stone. Okay, given we have no way of defending against it, please nobody vote for the tornado. So this number in the top left is the creator points, which is what I get to use to perform miracles. So spin summons a tornado, food creates food, and CP gives creator points. Oh, actually, yeah, we probably do need some food. We do not have much. Thank you. At least now I know what we get. The only thing that has any possibilities. Has the engineers still not built?
Have you invested in a few reservoirs, Creator? If not, trying to survive winter with your pumps frozen solid will probably convince you to.
Okay. So, Seth, your nugget should be... oh, I was just about to say your nugget should be born imminently. I think because you put it in the queue early, it didn't pick up the request.
Remember not to be too rough when having a snowball fight with nuggets.
Although, if you like, I can always sacrifice that nugget and you can make a new one. Well, especially if somebody ends up getting an adult nugget and doing start fire and just burning the entire civilization up again. How did that make me less, like, good? I was helping. Almost. We're about 2/3 of the way to adulthood.
Now they can finally be useful.
You have all of the action points. Yeah, okay. We still don't have some of the more useful powers. I'm honestly not sure what invent does anymore. So, okay, that is the currently researching one. So we've got 4 minutes to research storage areas now.
That nugget looks remarkably unqualified. But then again,
Thank you.
So do you.
That, I thought it helped, not completed the whole thing. Yeah, we are almost certainly going to need additional wells.
I can't say I'm a fan of nugget delicacies, but it should keep everyone relatively alive and happy. They do seem to brew some interesting beverages, though. Apologies.
And good evening, Punsope. I have no idea how you pronounce that. Or possibly not evening either, depending on where in the world you are. Oh, does the engineers... the engineers does not work on those pumps at the moment, so we're going to need more engineers. I have to admit, every so often this game does make me feel like Gary Newman. Which is really only a joke for people who know, like, 80s technically new wave, I guess. I think so, yeah. I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure that's the leader of the planet. We will have a check in a second. Let me just get...
That stone is currently laughing at you. For a nugget to decide that drinking the brown, filth-infested lake water is less trouble than walking all the way to a well...
No, so our leader is Timbombo, not Timbombo. Wait, what? Where are you? Oh yeah, and I don't have enough creator points to... That's fair. And to be fair, I'm right in front of the screen.
I like this nugget. He reminds me a bit of my younger self. Straight to the point and quite murderous. Let's help him out.
Okay, so particularly for Seth's benefit, I'll read this one out. Dear Creator, alright, so it's not really an emergency. I just needed to grab your attention, and this was the only way I could think of to do it. My heart is shattered into pieces. My beloved Timbombo has run off with somewhat of a local celebrity. Seth DB can't get away with this. They have this magnificent smile and oodles of charm. You can't miss them. I hope a boulder falls on their head. I'd settle for them choking on lizard candy, though.
Aw, it would have been so much fun. Maybe next time.
Yeah, so by the way, there's no restrictions if you do start family on who your family is. And to answer your question, Virtual Morpher, your nugget should be born as soon as the next married couple goes inside their residence. Which hopefully is not going to be too long. If Seth's partner was actually back at home... Or if I had enough creator points, I could, like, force the issue. I want to find your spouse. You. Where are you? We're going to do this the easy way.
Spring is chasing the cold away. Now, if only we could also get rid of that smell around your civilization.
I know, right? We're so generous. Are they like a two-tone thing? Oh no, okay. Ah! Here we go. Some mating is happening. Oh, you got the ghost as well. Yep. Seth's nugget is just... not that one. That one. No. The one with the ghost that I apparently can't click on. That one.
Do you enjoy music, creator? I was thinking about taking up the violin. It'll come in handy when something tragic happens. Oh, I like this research stuff, creator. How about next we make something dangerous and fun? Oh, another message. They don't stop coming. Maybe you should add a spam filter.
Ah, here
or
we
at
go.
least release a plague or something to cull the herd.
Also,
I
thank
hope
you for
find more than
researching the
just bones,
shamanism
creator.
there.
Every nugget counts.
I'm going to go find your child who has been taken by wolves. Oh, and who is also our third avatar. There you go. I have rescued you from wolves. And somehow apparently clipped you into the floor. That was an unusual thing to... you might well have done, yeah. And your spouse still doesn't know how to drink from a well. Okay, there we go. was genuinely concerned for a bit that Pensope's nugget was going to like be stuck underground forever. Oh, Ancient Burial actually is quite useful. So, nugget deaths make nuggets unhappy, and you can use the cemetery as a way of... Also, really, like, genuinely, if you've not seen this game before, it fits better than you might think, because periodically ghosts will appear around the cemetery as well. Okay. Ah, excellent. We've got access to season change now. No, I don't want the cemetery. Where's the town hall? Oh, town hall takes so many resources. But also, everybody believes in me, which is the main thing, I think. Also, Chibobos is the cook, where Chibobos just sounds like the name of a cereal. What are you cooking? Chibobos. Wow, that is a beardly nugget.
What are you, some sort of fairy godmother?
Which one fell over? That one. Seriously though, Seth, your spouse does not know how to drink clean water. Either that... Where even is the well, actually? I can't find it. Oh, do we still not have a well? That might explain it. None of the wells have been built. Great. Yeah, staying hydrated is important, so absolutely be on with that. Okay, also, votes up for people who are too far away from their screens to read them. UFO spawns a UFO, wind spawns a windstorm, and the other option is food. Good evening, Viking. Also, can I say, the idea of a Viking 747 is actually slightly terrifying. Come back here! Yeah, once I learned you could shoot UFOs down, that really changed this game for me. What new buildings do we have? Oh, forecast tower. Forecast tower is useful. Let's have one. Also, now that we seem to have a society being built, we can go hunting for some of these alien space boxes. Other than the one that actually gave us the nuggets to start our society after somebody burned the first society to the ground.
Oh, they look so cute together.
Do you just keep cheating on everyone?
Let's see how this goes. Ah, a farm. I see you are finally taking interest in your civilization's need to eat. Guess it's time to take starving to death off the list of anticipated disasters. For now.
Ooh, eggs. So, as far as I'm aware, this does absolutely nothing for the game at all. But you can make weird tentacle things happen, so...
I heard that one asking around about work benefits. They're going to be quite disappointed.
And apparently Timbo is going to fall in love, like, infinity times, basically. But we are developing a little thriving community here now, which is quite cool. Aha! I have defense against people starting fires. As long as I don't use all my creator points. I wonder how many of the Timbos actually exist. Okay, yes, so we've got Timbombo, Tibomba, and Timbombu, but that one with an I instead of a Y. Yep, those are legit twins. Ooh, thank you. Now we can educate all the nuggets. And teach them things like, don't drink from the lake. Or, you know, we'll be able to when there are schools. Yeah, but she's too far away from the screen to see it that easily. And, you know, there's a convenient command you can use to get it to tell you right in chat, so, you know. Also, why did that sound like another UFO? Excuse me while we just go hunting. I don't really want the entire world to be abducted. It seems safe for now. Maybe we should raise that as some feedback for them, is that they also need to be able to, like, have something to query what's currently researching. So at the moment, the general plan is we want to research through far enough to get renewable wood and renewable wood supply and quarries to get stone more easily. But that's like... so the last time I saw anyone successfully steal, it reduced some like wood and stone resources and gave you action points. Although, absolutely please try it, because I want to make sure that if it still does that, you actually get something for stealing. Because it used to be like, it would cost 150 action points and you'd gain 50 back. I was like, that doesn't seem like stealing.
That'll fix them.
Okay.
Right up.
Votes for new leader. You have Hilahi, who is advocating safety guidelines. You have Viking747 advocating medical aid. And you have Virtual Morpher advocating food for all. And that is not a vote I'm surprised by. Yeah, so one of the more unrealistic elements of this game is that nobody ever has just, like, a terrible platform. It's like, there's always drawbacks. So, you know, like, food for all is going to increase food consumption. But... stop just picking up tiny rocks. Pick up largely rocks. Cool. So that should bring those back. I might also just take this opportunity to skip winter.
If you haven't been building reservoirs, Nuggets will have to drink leftover bath water this winter.
Because I could see some wolves around and, you know, I'd rather not lose the population to a wild animal attack, having survived everything else. Okay. We have 2 available wells. And 1 that's ready to actually be constructed. Oh, congratulations, Myro. You are now the leader. Yeah, possibly a little bit. I mean, when we get way up towards the modern age, it's like... that one's actually really fast. There are some up here somewhere that take like 15 minutes. That takes 10 minutes. Oh, all the ministers take forever. Yeah, so it's this thing down the bottom left. And then, like Seth says, it fills up with the blue ring. So there's 7 minutes left on quarries at the moment. How do you keep having twins when we haven't increased the twin likelihoods yet? I mean, I'm not complaining, but... Oh, that's your residence. For a moment I thought the 2 of you had made a family together and I got very confused. Also, fun fact, it is possible to have gay marriage in this, but it doesn't happen naturally. But if you use the Cupidon power to make people fall in love, it changes to like a little pride rainbow arc between them. It's quite cute. Are you married? You are. To the serial cheater. It looks like it's always a pride thing now. It never used to be.
That
there you go.
Isn't a textbook union, which makes it all the better.
So yeah, you get like a cool... Like, it achieves literally nothing, but it's quite nice. Okay, so quest. Find new types of plants for them to grow. Here's one. Have a plant. Yeah, absolutely. I only found out by accident because I had a previous stream of this where two people were trying to randomly create a family with each other by constantly using create family. There's a number of reasons that I haven't given my family a link to my streams. And good evening, Nano Soldier. And welcome to our social distancing party. Wow, everyone is ghosts. That's fair.
Be careful with how much research you're feeding into your civilization, creator. They might soon become smarter than you.
Yeah, I'm not sure that the rainbows were always in the game, but I was really, really happy when I found out they'd been added. And thank you for that, Seth. You just finished all of our researches. Let's get some recreation, because people gonna get mad. We want to put a stone mine near where all the things are. And a lumber camp somewhere nearby as well. Okay, that should be a good place to get us set up for, like, resources. So, yeah, it's probably going to be a minute or so before your nugget is an adult Nano Soldier. But as soon as they are, you will have your action points here and you can start just doing stuff. Uh-oh.
They had a family, children, a job.
Yeah.
That now needs
Oh,
to be
absolutely.
reassigned.
Go for it. I thought you somehow took out the evolution tower then. Well, you got elected to run everything, so you can also be the governor. Also, I'm going to be curious to see if this actually works now. Okay, so we have death to spawn meteors, wood to give wood, and CP to give creator points. Oh, absolutely. I was being perfectly serious when I said I was happy to just sacrifice the nugget for you. If that comes up, because I get the same thing when I'm testing this out. Well, I've been seriously considering it. But mostly the people we have around tonight are, like, just generally sort of helpful and nice people, so I'm not too worried. If it becomes a problem, I have no difficulty making it making them more expensive. Let me actually shut my phone up. That's a good idea. Ooh, creator points. Ooh, we lost some reservoirs. And yeah, part of the issue I have with making Explode more expensive...
When you see a hut rocking...
Oh, don't worry about it.
It's good manners to avert your gaze, creator.
Yeah, part of the reason I don't like making Explode more expensive is that, like, legitimately people want to start with a fresh nugget sometimes. And it's just like, since they got rid of the original version of that didn't blow the nugget up, that's kind of the only way to do it, short of dropping a message in the chat saying, hey, can you please sacrifice this nugget? And hoping that I see it. Ooh, panda brain plums. I don't need to do this because I got the achievement for it ages ago. But if you ever do pick this game up and play it, it's worth noting there is an achievement for finding all of the types of crop. So we've still got to get the candy floss, the deadly seed, dragon brain fruit, and juicy acorn. Which tells you how much time I've spent playing this game, I think, that I can name all of the crops. Oh, no, it's not dragon brain, is it? It's dragon egg fruit, I think. Well, there you go. Let's stick that one in, because that's going to take a lot of inventing. Thank you. Recreation is what we wanted. Oh yeah, absolutely. Having like a genuine community of people getting together to play this does make it, in some senses, a lot easier. Oh, that research that was going to take 15 minutes and actually took about 3 seconds. Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Totally deserved.
Well. Oh no, it didn't blow up the town hall as well. I think it blew up the well. Oh no, well is okay. It just blew up the cemetery. Well, it could have been worse. I mean, that was a weirdly specific.
Yes, please remove the cadaver. The stench grows worse by the minute.
We can't. There's no cemetery to put it in. Huh. How quickly can we build a new cemetery? Sorry, someone was saying something about hoarding AP. Oh, UFO noises. Or just thunderstorm noises.
I'm afraid one of your nuggets has passed away. Death can happen so suddenly. However, the death of one does not necessarily mean the end of everything. It was simply their time to go.
But that was at least
Don't
death
blame
by
yourself,
old age.
Creator. Well, unless you were actually responsible, I wasn't paying attention.
And which field of research, Morpher? Was that the leather bucket? That's got to be a UFO. Where is it? I refuse to let society be abducted. Doing nothing. Oh, there's the UFO. Shoot it.
Creator, just out of curiosity, how good are you at foot rubs?
Oh. We somehow actually managed to do that in time to
I couldn't possibly
complete
imagine
the
a better couple.
thing. Let's see. There's only one Timbombu. But they have lost their partner a number of times. Hey look, it's medicine. So we still need the herbs from the desert and the vegetables from the mountains. Oh. Incoming fires. Oh, I missed a bit. How does Seth always end up wherever...
Nuggets were unable to find a coat big enough to fit the water pumps. As a result, they've frozen solid. I hope you have water stored somewhere, creator.
I don't even know where you were. Like, if you were in the... hang on. Yeah, you were in the fire. I think everybody has managed to kill you by accident with everything so far. It's beyond unlucky. I don't know how that happens, especially when I stopped the fire almost immediately. Yeah, but that was an entirely understandable one. Boop boop. More research is needed. I kind of don't want to get too far ahead at the moment because, like, we still need to build the refineries. I say, don't think you're even a baby nugget yet, are you? We should try and fix that. Thank you. Always handy to have more water to stop people, you know, like, randomly, I was going to say drowning, but I kind of meant the exact opposite thing. Dying of thirst. How do you already look like a troublemaker? Oh, you have a diamond this time. It basically tells you what symbol they're going to get. So if you look like you just saw a ghost, you get the ghost symbol. Diamond in the rough, you have the diamond symbol. I think it's like you look very brainy as you get the brain. I can't remember what the others are. So 40 to 44, 44 to 48. We probably want somebody to do something with herbs. And now the population is growing again. We just need to find the cotton candy. Okay, the votes are death for meteor shower, wood for wood, and CP for creator points. I mean, I would generally go with not meteors. Although we might have protective dome now, so it could be... yeah, no, we don't have protective dome. Cool, thank you. I'm also not sure if that gives you, like, raw wood or processed wood. Yeah, we might need more wells soon as well. Yeah, that needs to go and live in here. Oof, 100 more wood. I should probably spend creator points on, like, finding all the stone for buildings. Because I think they've got enough wood now. And that needs iron, which means they need to actually build the iron mine. But the iron mine needs processed materials, which they can't make yet. Let's just throw a bunch of stone in and... I read that as stack nugget for a moment. I was wondering what you were trying to do. Nobody ever suspects the gravedigger. I do not remember what food preservation gives. Does it do? Oh, it just means the eatery can store more food.
Another tasty morsel of research fresh out of the oven.
Thank you.
The sweet aroma of learning.
Yeah, researching stuff's pretty easy at the moment.
I see the beginnings of something great.
I mean, that's a big thing to research. I just hold you forever.
I would suggest not killing your subjects. It's an awful waste of such a precious resource. Just fair
How
warning.
did 2 nuggets die? Oh, okay. I thought I somehow blew up another nugget by accident. And it was just like, what? Where did that come from? Also, the archive got destroyed really early on, so we need a new archive that I keep forgetting to make. Everyone wants to explode. Can we actually even fit this archive anywhere? Okay, so your votes for leader are Viking 747, Nano Soldier NL, and Virtual Morpher. Viking 747 is the contraception ban, Nano Soldier is accelerated studies, and Virtual Morpher is water filtration. And I think I'm kind of obliged to replace the governor with whoever wins this vote. What were you trying to explode? I guess that question kind of... Oh, great. Damn it. Did not get there in time. Apparently the temple is indestructible. Is a thing I've just learned.
Look at all of those colors. Isn't fall beautiful? Someone should really make a painting before you lead the planet to ruin.
Also, did somebody at some point destroy the forecast tower's build location? Because I can't seem to find anyone working on a forecast tower anymore. Yeah, I don't want to make too many guard towers just yet, because we're only just on the maximal happiness level. Also because we can't actually make guard towers yet, but that's a secondary concern.
Another happy worker.
Here we go. The will of the people, the governor and leader of the civilization is now Nano Soldier NL. Congratulations, being elected on your platform of accelerated studies. I mean, largely by exploding things. But yeah, I might just... do... I'm afraid it only works in English. At least to my knowledge. That might be an interesting thing to put forward as a suggestion, though. Is like actually have multilingual support. Whoops. That was, why will it not go where I'm telling it to go? There we go. I mean, you've just married Sulu. I'm pretty sure that's obliged to be a gay marriage at this point, isn't it? Oh, we need to choose more researchers. Huge muscles! Also, we should probably let our nuggets start wearing clothes. Ooh, and the fourth farm is ready. What? Virtual morph? Ooh, we've also unlocked last names. Ooh, water. Thank you. We have so many buildings to upgrade, but we will wait until we've actually started to get some more stuff set up first, I think. We have come quite a long way for the fact that we've still only got 25 nuggets.
Do you know how holy water is made, Creator? You boil the hell out of it. Unfortunately, it's so cold out here, even the pumps are frozen.
Okay, that's going to help, given that we can't build any new wells at the moment. And nobody seems to want to build a wood refinery.
Research, Creator. Impressive stuff for a species that still thinks the planet is flat.
Okay, I'm actually going to start putting some watchtowers in.
A pack of wolves is on the horizon. They have a hankering for some nuggets. Don't let them in.
But of course, now we can build watchtowers, wolf attacks are going to start happening as well. And everyone's going to die to wild animals. Yeah, if I can find the wolves, then I can, like, pick them up and turn them into food. But, it's tricky to find them until they actually start killing people. Except by raw luck. Just in case, although you don't look like an aggressive wolf. I think we're safe now. I'm guessing we don't have many unemployed nuggets. Virtual Morpher discovered huge muscles. That doesn't sound slightly creepy in any way. Rah, tentacle thing. And we haven't had anybody free to research any of the boxes yet. Oh hey, that school that I completely forgot about existing is now built. And full of students, but no teacher. Okay, we have spin to summon a tornado. We have stone to give stone. And we have wind to summon a windstorm.
I can see how that research could be useful, creator. I'm picturing nuclear waffle irons, or maybe some kind of automated back scratcher. Stop me if I'm wrong.
I definitely appreciate votes for stone. In part because we genuinely need stone, although we have 420 wood.
They'll do a splendid job, so long as they stay away from fire.
Yeah, asteroids can be good for that, but you also sometimes need to be able to protect in case it targets right on top of you. And for that, we really need the protective dome creator power. A ghost! A zombie ghost. Wait, are
The
you...
summer sun is excellent for slow roasting.
You're actually the farmer. I wasn't sure what that noise was for a second then. If I... Yeah, looks like the stream is solid from my end as far as I can see, Viking, but I'm trying to work out if your nugget is actually ever going to get the bomb. I like getting free believers just because everyone is happy. Thank you, Nano Soldier. I'm still suspicious of this worrying beeping sound. So I'm not sure what those stakes are for. On the plus side, we are slowly building up a supply of nuggets. Okay, you're still just inside there. Oh, okay. Haha! Did I catch somebody in the blast again? Or was that an old nugget has died message? Oh, that'll be from the one who died of old age, I guess, actually. I keep hoping that if you drop the bomb in, like, a pond, it's going to put the fuse out or something. But so far, that has not been the case. Let's beautify everything a little bit. I mean, I'm not specifically building a temple.
Item creator. What does this one do?
Oh, that's the engineers. That's a lot of text for one berth. I like the way it also will warn you. It's like, you know you're attacking a child, right? At least that's a less creepy, strength-related thing to discover. Well, thanks for hanging out, and yeah, I'm hoping to get back into this tomorrow as well with the same world. So yeah, if you're free again, then it would be cool to have you around. Although speaking of that, I am just gonna make sure that somebody builds the archive. It's simultaneously one of the nice details and most annoying features of this game is that you can't just save the game. You have to have somebody working in the archive to save the game. Hooray.
The archiver wants to know if you'd prefer being remembered as mediocre or middling.
Like the idea of like writing the holy book, and it's just like, and then the goddess was, eh. That did not take long. Occupation, HR manager. Currently throwing spears at employee. We probably need to think about more eateries soon as well. But would kind of like to get more nuggets and resources in first. Hey look, Viking is in hospital. For some unknown reason. That vaguely reminds me of Futurama and the, what seems to be the problem? Well, my lead pipe hurts a little. That's normal. Next patient. Also, I like the fact that Seth left and now literally SethDB is resting. Pure coincidence, but fun coincidence. Yeah. Normally by this point in the game, I've got around about 100 nuggets and things actually happen. Part of the problem is that we can't build, or we're not producing the materials that we need. And even if we do, we don't have enough people to make use of those materials. But we are genuinely running out of research that we can do and still be in this age. It's like some of the nuggets haven't even put clothes on yet. I think most of them have now. She says, immediately finding one who hasn't.
I know you're always busy, but do you ever take a moment to watch the seasons change?
Hint, hint.
Fun fact, creator, did you know that tiny little gnomes operate water pumps? Sadly, they always go on vacation during winter.
I wanted that button, actually. Yeah, we need a lot more workers. Yeah. So, in case you missed the first game of this we played tonight, we tried opening boxes at the beginning, and we lost all our nuggets. And then none of the boxes had nuggets in. And to be fair, we almost lost this game to a very early start fire that killed all of the nuggets, but then we did find a lucky box that had 6 nuggets in. Congratulations. Yeah, no one's going to be there to heal you.
It's both a blessing and a curse.
Impressive, you both gave birth to the same nugget. Now, this would be a lot easier if our nuggets didn't keep dying of old age. We do at least have a teacher now. So we can start getting educated nuggets. Let's enforce some more matings. We can.
Creator, I've heard a few reports of unusual behavior. Please stop.
Food for all! I think after you exploded, Morpher, Seth got made governor, and then I replaced Seth with Nano when Nano got elected leader. I try to make sure that the democracy is followed. Yeah, for right now, really I think what we need is just more nuggets. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying not to use my godly powers to influence the outcome. Okay, there is a chance the population is growing again, though. You what? Okay, this is a new thing. I have not seen this before. I'm assuming it's some kind of portal to somewhere. Or from somewhere. Was that supposed to be a Rick and Morty reference, do you think? Yep. I mean, you won the tie anyway, so... you are now governor. You didn't feel like voting for yourself in that one, Pansope. Okay, we have a bunch of nuggets who are almost educated. Woo! We are slowly building up a population of people who might be able to do some work. Yeah, of course. I'll be honest, this does not look like a very effective attack. I might have to manually relocate you again because you appear to be stuck. Should pick stars to try and travel to. See, this is the type of planet that I like. So, it's a desert planet with an average temperature of -21 centigrade. An ice planet with a temperature of 8 still seems a bit weird, but... Round 2. Fight. Right. Let's see if anybody actually starts, like, doing stuff. Welp. Now I've got to manually manage everything again. No. No, come back. That one I caught.
Let's hope that nuggets don't overreact to the falling leaves this year. What are you staring at?
I'm staring at the Bob Ross nugget. Hey, you actually kept the same symbol. We also have our first heart. Oh no, wait, I don't want to research electricity, that was part of the point.
Your civilization grows stronger with every item you research, creator.
Okay, we're done on research for a while. At least up until we get the civilization kind of growing again a little bit. I'm curious where they're actually storing all of the refined stuff. There, by the looks of it. Just upgrade these so that there's actually space for everything. Make all the nuggets believe. There we go. Always handy to keep everyone nice and happy and believing that I exist. Ah, finally, they've actually started doing something. And now everyone is adults again, so I should probably watch out. Oh, because the place we were trying to build the well got destroyed. I did somehow have a feeling that was going to happen and that I was not going to be able to get there in time to stop it. Also, there is that element to it. That's a little bit dark. On the plus side, they did finally build the iron mine. Took long enough, but they did it. So now they should actually be able to start finishing the rest of this off.
I can hear water pumps grinding to an icy halt, Creator. It's all up to the reservoirs now.
No, it isn't. It's just going to be spring again. Born with the power of pizza. I have no idea what that was supposed to be. Not to worry, I'm probably going to disappear in a moment anyway. But yeah, going to be picking this up again tomorrow, so if you want to drop a follow on the channel and be notified when we pick up this game again, that would be great.
Are you aware that there's
Otherwise,
a marauding
have a good
twister of
night
death
and
heading towards
yeah.
your civilization? Just a heads up. Engineers not only construct buildings, they also repair them. If you have a look around, there are a few structures in dire need of their services. Hint, hint.
Let's save that one there. Woo,
Some
I
bright
forgot that
smart
moved.
injured themselves doing a menial task, Creator.
So,
I hope
I am going to call that one there for tonight. Thank you all for, yeah, making it a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to pick this up again. I'm planning to try and stream a lot more audience participation stuff while we are all locked inside. So, yeah, more of this. Maybe get into some of the other things that have the Twitch integration as well. But yeah, other than that, until tomorrow, thank you all so much for joining me and making it a fun evening. And I will catch you next time.